Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, we're gonna do Aries. What up, Martian Rams? I think we just got out of Gemini. Let's all take a deep breath on that one, eh? What's up? What does Aries need to know? Highest good of all. What's up with Aries? What does Aries need to know for the week? There's a Chariot. There's no reversals in this deck. Just lovely matted cards that stick to the table. Six of Air, moving to safer waters. So, yeah, we just got out of Gemini. Four of Swords. Four of Air. Seven of Cups. Venus and Scorpio. Ugh. Two. Interesting. Two and six. Interesting. And then you got seven. Two of Fire. Mars and Aries. There's your card. Mars and Aries right there. Two of Fire. It's in your root systems. That's all you. And then the Nine of Fire. The Moon in Sagittarius. Protection. Subconscious protection for healing, whatever it is, or keeping guarded as you're moving forward because you got the Chariot. Seven here. Okay, and I think the two is Emperor. Pretty sure. I'm gonna double check on that. The Magician is one. The Moon, High Priestess, is two. Oh, the Emperor isn't... Oh. Interesting. I thought this was you. This is not you showing up. This is the Moon, High Priestess. Interesting. Then you've got the Lovers. You looking for a new love, Aries? I'm getting that song in my head. Good Lord. 80s throwback. Jody Watley. Is that 80s or 90s? Maybe it's 90s. Jody Watley. I'm looking for a new love, baby. Yeah, you feel like you need to be protected when you're looking out here and trying to decide where you want to move your Chariot to. But you're definitely trying to use your intuition here to see if you should step into this companionship. Because this might be a companionship with your higher self, too. With the High Priestess here. And you still feel like you need to be guarded in that. In your root system. Safer waters. So something here, I can't see it. I don't know what it is, but you're getting away from something. You're moving into safer waters here, and you still feel in your root system that you need to stay guarded with the Nine of Wands here. Here's what that looks like. The Moon in Sagittarius. There's the the protection that's around you right now. Interesting. So you definitely do need to get into that Libra full moon. That came out for Sagittarius as well. Fire signs are definitely on fire in your element. There's just a little bit of tweaking. So you start off in the read with very strong mental power here, with moving yourself into safer water, getting rest and relaxation. I feel like this is more of like a healing energy, kind of like a nest that you've built around yourself to kind of recoup a little bit. In the Light Seers Tarot, it's a woman in a nest for the Four of Swords, and this definitely has that kind of feeling. Whereas there's a very strong structure and protective energy around this, with a focal point in the center of healing here, in the center of safety, moving to safer waters. Okay? And then you've got the Seven of Cups here, with Venus in Scorpio. So the 6 is Mercury in Aries, yeah. Or Aquarius, I'm sorry. Mercury in Aquarius. And then the 4 of Swords is Saturn in Libra. Which is a really interesting energy. Really interesting dynamic, because normally you would think of Saturn as sort of, we call it the malevolent, malignant, no. Malevolent planet, where it's more, has to do with the bads, but it's not that. It's asking us to step into a structure. Haha. A structure, a discipline, a construct, a space of confinement. Okay, now sometimes confinement sucks. Other times we need that space, that sacred space for healing. Okay, so yes, Saturn can be very, very amazing energy and very, very healing. And I feel like that's the thing you're stepping into right now. And now you're kind of looking out over the side of the nest, trying to decide which one of these cups you want to choose. And you're stepping into your intuition. And maybe you are pairing with yourself here. If you already have a lover or a companion or whatever it is, you might seek their counsel here. You might say, hey babe, I'm not sure where to go after this one. But you have the Chariot in your root system here. Morning, dove. So your movement and your Two of Wands is still being protected in your root system. So I don't know, maybe you are pairing with yourself. Maybe that's why you feel like you need to be protected yet, because you don't feel like you have your own back. And that'll put you in immediate protection mode anyway. If you feel like you can't stick up for yourself, or you can't speak up for yourself, or you can't move forward in a way that's in your highest interest, because all of these outside constructs are pushing in on you. And maybe that construct pushing you in, out, whatever it is, it's just forcing you into those safer waters where you can start stepping into yourself in your own best interest, in your sovereignty, which then would create an opportunity for you to use your intuition by pairing with yourself. The Two of Cups up here, like I told Leo, pairing your Two of Cups, right? Your pairs, right? Your pairs, your kidneys are pairs. Your lungs are pairs, your arms are pairs, your eyes are pairs. Stepping into the pairs and bringing them together in alignment, you know, not parting the Red Seas, but building a bridge over the Red Seas. Look at what this looks like. Right here, it's a bridge. Right? Over the Red Seas. Or, here's the land, right? Here's the land, and there's the bridge crossing between the land. Okay? Again, these ancient symbols were made this way for a reason, and we're supposed to look at them through all different angles and sides and perspectives. Okay. So whatever this is here is providing you a bridge so that you can still move forward in protection here. And I feel like whatever choice you make is going to be intuitively driven, because you've got plenty of options here with the Seven of Cups. So whatever seeds you planted in the past have really given you a plethora of options here, Aries. Aries are so good about that, though. Planting seeds, that's your power, is planting those seeds, making sure that no matter what happens in the future, you've always got a beautiful paradise to pick from. And that's the Aries superpower, is you are never left without an option. Alright, those beautiful, lovely seeds. I feel like I don't want to investigate what you came from. I'm going to let you pick that. Decide what situation that you're dealing with at the current moment. That's none of my freaking business, nor is it anybody else's. So let's step into the Seven of Cups. What's going on with the Seven of Cups? The Hierophant. Okay. The Tower. And the Mother of Swords at the bottom. Okay. So, there's lightning running through two of these, but the end result is you getting total and complete mental clarity about it and stepping into that Aries power. Even though it's an air sign, but Aries is very good about just not being emotional about it and just making the cuts, so to speak, that they need to make. The mental choices that need to be made no matter what. So I feel like this might be a moment where you get hit in this safe space. There's going to be like a lightning moment for you. Now everybody associates lightning with destruction. Okay. Lightning releases nitrogen into the air, which the rain brings to Earth and fertilizes all the life on the planet. Okay, it's kind of cool. It's kind of freaking amazing. Can we give it a little bit of credit? Just a smidge? Instead of being like, ah, no. Aries knows better anyway. You're like, yes, my seed is going to need that nitrogen. Whichever seed you pick here is going to need that lightning to produce a solid plant here. So you are like, yeah, could we get the thunder and lightning going on, please? I don't care how many pine trees are sacrificed in the process, because I need that nitrogen from that lightning and the rain to bring it down so that my little seed can flourish here. John. Okay. So you're looking at this whole scenario with lightning and the whatchamacallit, your higher spirit coming in with knowledge and holding the key here and being like, yeah, bring it on. Come on, let's go. I need some fertilizer down here, kids. Let's do this. And you're like, yep. So I needed that anyway, so what do you even just stop with your okay? So I think you're getting really clear about that, and it could be somebody on the outside of you here that's just falling apart over some sort of option that you're picking here. I think you picked the key, you found which one you want, and it has to do with a higher path, a higher calling, for your highest good is what I'm getting here. I mean, it might be causing a tower moment on the outside of you, but I feel like you're like standing here just watching it from a different tree. I don't think that's going to affect you at all. I think you're just going to, maybe you're waiting for a storm to come in. Ooh. You're waiting for a storm to come in and kind of let the storm take out what it needs to take out, fertilizing the seeds that'll actually grow. Then using that wisdom and that knowledge that the owl possesses to swoop down and take whichever cup you know is going to grow. That's smart. That's really smart, Aries, but that's Aries anyway. So you're letting nature take its course here and just allowing yourself to be who you are in this wisdom and in this safe space that Saturn is providing for you, right? You're just allowing yourself to be in that space and just not caring what falls and what doesn't fall. And whatever doesn't fall, you're going to be like, okay, I guess it's this one. Okay. Go Aries, go. These energies are going to come into the planet whether we like them or not. But if we can set up a place for ourselves in the universe where we just observe it and, you know, pick and choose the things that we want to interact with, life doesn't have to be so much suffering as it does a coming to a knowledge of understanding that we do have a say in how we respond to it, how we react, how we handle it, the movements and whatnot that we make through it, rather than letting that crystal fluid be hijacked via our amygdala through trauma and whatnot. I think you're just going to watch the trauma unfold and not partake here. What a beautiful world we get to create. Okay. Stepping into that Hierophant energy. Okay, so there's going to be... So these hierarchies are coming to... We're seeing this, right? We're seeing the hierarchy starting to crumble. Things are starting to fall, and they're getting a little psycho, if you will, over losing that power, okay, and that energy. So I don't know why this is coming in your read, Aries, but you are the Emperor, so maybe that's why I feel the need to speak to you. Can you hang on just a second? Because it's going to be a hot second. We're on 17. We got this. Okay. Okay, so there's more lightning for you. When this hierarchy starts to come undone, when the whatever it is you want to assign to the powers that be start crumbling, there's going to be a massive, massive explosion of people kind of losing their shit. And people are... people are going to be tempted to reach for kind of that Scarface Sky Daddy narrative, right? Putting the responsibility kind of outside of themselves, right? They're either going to put it in the source of God or demon. So if it turns out in their favor, it's going to be for God. And if it turns out not in their favor, it's going to be the devil, which happens to be everybody who's not in their particular group, right? So when this happens, Aries, there's going to be a movement towards kind of creating destruction on purpose. They're going to create destruction on purpose. Like I'm starting to see it even in the spiritual community where people are getting really heavy into fear porn and creating a narrative that they know for a fact is going to bring destruction and chaos. And it's gonna be a battle a little bit. There's gonna be some lightnings and there will be some serious tower moments where people are gonna start to understand things might not always be as they seem, I want to say, or the people that they looked up to didn't always have their best interests at heart. But I feel like you see this coming, so you might need to kind of start informing people. Because this is your root system here is... Your roots, you want to move forward. You're Aries, you're Mars, you want to go, 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 right? But you're standing with your 2 wands and you're going, I can't right now because I need to stay protected behind whatever. So this might be you waiting for that storm to come in. Okay? And this could be created. No, dude, I feel like something, let's get the roots of the read clarified quick. So there might be stewing going about, and you just need to hold back like this is what you're going to be like. So try to embody this energy, this wisdom, this knowledge, this total understanding of the very, very large picture. Okay, sit in your tree higher up, but safe away from this. Okay, because I think there's 2, you start off the read with 2 airs, you got 2 birds here, which are the airs, the swords, okay? And they're very knowledgeable and understanding creatures. And I feel like you see the storm a-coming. And if this card were not here, I wouldn't say anything about bringing this to another's or anyone else's attention. But this feels like, Aries, you know what's going on here and you can see it coming. And you might need to, I don't know, dude, create some sort of bridge for people to escape or flee. I don't know. Some sort of mental, emotional bridge for people to understand how to cross, how to get through, how to get past. Bridging the Red Seas? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting. There's going to be, yeah, keep sovereign, keep it protected, keep it safe. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Okay? Yeah, you're going to cut it. Ugh. You're going to cut some BS here. Like, with your sword. But it's going to... Yeah, divine judgment. And the 5 of Wands, you got 2 5s here. Again, with that movement. 5s are the number of movement. I'm using it here because you've already got the bird. You're Mars, you want to go. You got these 2 5s here, so petty arguments and mental arguments too. Coming in to kind of try to disrupt your mental sovereignty here. The judgment's here and you're not... The answer's no. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna hang out. Okay. And that's kind of what the judgment's gonna bring in for you, right? With your 7 of Cups here is the divine seat. You're just gonna hang out in your cave and wait and watch. And that's the only thing I got. I don't have a timeline for you. I don't have nothing. Sorry. I can't tell you by the moon. I can't tell you by the whatchamacallit. What does Aries need to know? What's happening for Aries? Okay. Childhood innocence and green man synergy. Alright. Let's get into it. And maybe this pause will give you time to reflect on your childhood right before this magical spring actually comes to bloom and your energy comes to life as well, because you are the seed. You're the force that pushes that seed open too. Okay? The light from the heavens falls upon the children through the rays of the sun that illuminate their presence like a spotlight. The little girl reaches out to these bright beams, and these elements together portray idyllic childhood activity for most of us who have had the privilege of exploring the natural world. The blanket of lush meadow grass embraces a small pond which leads to a more distant valley, one that is darker and shrouded by the very clouds that also produce its remarkable play of light. In their exploration of the world, it is inevitable that these children will at some point lose their original innocence. It does not have to be a permanent loss, however. We don't need to live in that constant fear in anticipation of such an event, nor do we have to reconcile the loss of that state of purity by constantly romanticizing the past and missing out on the present. The wisdom and faith we've accrued from our life experiences are keys to recapturing that state of innocence. The light that will guide us through any dark passage is the light of spirit from within that connects us with Source. Finding our innocence once again, we become aware that it was never lost, just forgotten. Innocence is not only the lack of guilt or shame, but a quality in and of itself, one that you naturally possess when you first come into this existence. There are challenges you have faced throughout your life that have further shaped your personality and character. You have also likely encountered moments following a disappointment or loss when you turned sour or cynical, and no doubt have had times when layers of anger or fear blocked the flow of your vitality, your life force. Yet, in spite of all this, there's a core of innocence that you can reawaken by releasing any shame that has covered over the truth of who you are. Take any opportunity to heal this shame and let go, as you can revisit that state of purity. Doing so helps you see every moment with fresh eyes and removes the filters that inhibit your light and love from coming forth. You truly are a child of quote-unquote God, so allow yourself to be that. Okay, the green man. And again, like, God does not have to be the Scarface Sky Daddy. God can be something that is inherent in all of us, connecting all of us. Gently, gently. Synergy. Love that word. Okay. Green man is Earth's vegetation personified. Although he has many variations, this card depicts a more subtle and embodied representation. In other portrayals, he resembles the face of a man covered in green foliage as branches and vines sprout from every direction. There exists some form of green man throughout history in a myriad of cultures throughout the world. Often a symbol for the rebirth of life in springtime, he also has been associated with the Lord of the Wildwood. As a representative of the plant kingdom, Green Man reminds us that the incredible synergy required for Gaia to maintain her delicate and dynamic balance among the various beings on the planet. Synergy is the interaction and cooperation of two or more elements that produce a combined effect, whether the sum of their separate efforts. We witness this in the complex and cooperative interaction between plants, humans, and animals, and even planets and stars. As new plant grows, bees pollinate the flowers, and the cycle begins once again in nature's simple yet remarkable synergy. You have the advantage of an incredible synergy at this time. A flow of life is guiding you, where things just seem to fall into place as you move about your business. You are in a mutuality, cooperative interaction with Spirit, as your will is aligned with the will of Spirit, and your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose. When this is happening, there is a synergy, a way that your life force is continually coming into balance with the forces of nature. There is also a synergy between your spiritual awareness and your personal self, or ego. Be aware of the various idiosyncrasies of your ego and do not take any of them too seriously. Know that your higher self is always looking out for your best interests. In this cycle, tune into that guidance, however it shows up, and you will find that you move through life with a greater ease due to synergistic balance of forces expressing themselves as you. Yes, absolutely. So you could also be on the precipice here of kind of like evolving off of the wheel, right? I don't see it here, but this might be kind of like a gateway-ish thing for you to kind of experience kind of a rotating and the, like what they do with like satellites or different rocket ships like around the sun, where they kind of bring it around and then propel it out of the orbit. That's what this kind of feels like. Is that you're seeing things from a whole new perspective here, and from a place of pure potential and pure innocence and pure synergy, where if you can tap into that synergy on a frequent basis, it can propel you off that wheel, the wheel of time or the wheel of fortune, whatever you want to call it. So what does that mean? Like rubber meeting the road, meaning like your planetary movements on the wheel, right? The great wheel in astrology is not going to really apply anymore for you. So you're kind of on the precipice of that is what this feels like. And you're just hanging out, waiting for that right moment to hit, right? Waiting for it. Okay, you're waiting for something to come into divine timing here to kind of propel you into that. So maybe take a look at your chart and see what date that is and start setting some things up for yourself. Plant those seeds. Okay? Cool, Aries. Freaking go. Go, Aries, go. All right. Until next time, keep your flame. And if you don't want to stay on the wheel, I'll see you in the next round. Okay? Love you. Bye.